In ancient Greece, the people revered Priapus. This minor rustic fertility god was known as a protector of livestock, fruit plants, gardens, and male genitalia. Priapus was recognized by his permanent erection, which gave rise to the medical term priapism. Rather than viewing this as a flaw, the Greeks celebrated Priapus' never-ending virility and associated it with the abundant fecundity of nature. Priapus was so revered that the Romans also took an interest in this deity. He became a popular figure in Roman erotic art and Latin literature. Priapus was often depicted in humorous, obscene situations that centered around his genitalia. In fact, Priapus is the subject of a collection of erotic and obscene verses called the Priapia. Despite his comedic treatment in literature, Priapus was not to be underestimated. He was a fiercely protective deity who guarded gardens and other crops. Those who would damage the fertility of the land feared him. Priapus was known not only for his agricultural roles but also as a fertility god who was associated with male sexuality. The belief was that his oversized manhood could impart fertility to those who worshipped it. The legacy of Priapus is one that inspires and encourages a celebration of nature's abundance. He serves as a reminder of the importance of fertility and virility in both agriculture and human society. In Greek mythology, Priapus was a figure with a complicated origin story. There were many legends about his parentage, with some saying that he was the son of Aphrodite and Dionysus, while others believed he may be the offspring of other gods such as Hermes, Zeus, or Pan. Priapus was cursed by Hera while still in his mother's womb, with impotence, ugliness, and a foul mouth. The reason for the curse was debated, with some saying it was due to Aphrodite, while others believed it was because Zeus was his father. Due to his curse, the gods threw Priapus to earth, where he was raised by shepherds. There, he eventually joined forces with Pan and the satyrs as a deity of fertility and growth. However, he remained frustrated by his impotence, which led to a ribald anecdote where Priapus tried to rape the goddess Hestia, but was foiled by an ass who brayed at the crucial moment and caused him to lose his erection, thereby awakening Hestia. Priapus had an obsession with his genitalia, which were said to be permanently erect and enormous, and the subject of many tales. One of these tales involved Priapus pursuing the nymph Lotus until the gods took pity on her and turned her into a lotus plant. Interestingly, Priapus was also the name given to Eros Phans, or the firstborn god who emerged from the cosmic egg, in the Orphic hymn to Protogonos. Dionysus was considered both the father of the fertility god Priapus and the embodiment of the primordial Priapus, as outlined in the Orphic hymn to Dionysus. Priapus is remembered in Greek mythology as a complex and often misunderstood figure. Priapus, the god of fertility, was widely revered in Roman mythology due to his potent powers of procreation. He was a popular figure in Latin erotic poetry and mythological verses, often depicted with his huge phallus. One tale that stands out in the legend of Priapus occurred during a feast, where the god encountered the sleeping nymph Lotus. Determined to take advantage of her, Priapus approached her with lustful intentions. However, his attempt was interrupted by Silenus's donkey, who brayed loudly and disturbed the peace. Lotus awoke from her slumber and quickly fled from Priapus, transforming into a lotus tree to escape his advances. In a fit of rage, Priapus sought revenge against the donkey who foiled his plan. He killed the animal with his enormous phallus, in an effort to teach it a lesson for its interference. This gruesome act became the reason why donkeys were sacrificed to Priapus in Lampsacus, where he was worshipped. But it wasn't just donkeys that suffered at the hands of Priapus. In another tale, the god was challenged to a penis-size contest by a donkey that had been given the gift of human speech by Dionysus. Priapus emerged victorious, with his humongous phallus dwarfing the donkey's relatively modest size. The defeated animal was then killed by Priapus and immortalized among the stars by Dionysus. Despite his ruthless actions, Priapus remained an intriguing and enigmatic figure in Roman mythology, with his exploits continuing to captivate and amuse people to this day. Priapus, the Greek god of fertility, was once worshipped by Greek colonists in Lampsacus, a city located in Asia Minor. Later on, his cult spread throughout mainland Greece and Italy during the 3rd century BC. Priapus was regarded differently in various regions, serving as a warlike god and a rustic tutor of infantaries in Bithynia. He was also the patron god of sailors, fishermen and others who needed good luck. Additionally, Priapus was a symbol of health and fertility in later years. He was widely worshipped in gardens, homes, and even had temples devoted to him. The donkey was his sacrificial animal, although agricultural offerings were also common. Priapus was often seen as a comedic joke amongst city dwellers, but in rural areas, he was considered a protective or guardian deity to farmers. It was believed that invoking him would avert the evil eye and bring good fortune. Despite the fall of Rome and the growing influence of Christianity, Priapus continued to be invoked as a symbol of health and fertility. In fact, the Lanercost Chronicle records tell an account of a lay Cistercian brother, who in the 13th century, erected a statue of Priapus to end an outbreak of cattle disease. The St. Priapus Church, founded in the 1980s by D.F. Cassidy, serves as a modern-day temple that focuses on phallus worship.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.